There we go. Okay. So hello, Carmen. Um, of course, in my email to you, I mentioned that what we're doing is we're talking to different artists that were part of Brook Green and won awards, and we wanted to just kind of dive into your piece and your process just a little bit so that we can share that, and we think hearing it directly from you is nice.
Okay.
So that's, and of course we have Christine with us, who you also know, AWA president. Um, so if we just kick it off, you did such a lovely job telling us about your piece when we were there. Can you talk a little bit about it for those that weren't able to hear you do that?
Okay. So the painting is actually of my great niece. And she comes to visit here in the summers. And she stays with my sister and for about 2 weeks during the summertime. And she's just an old soul, and um she's just a really neat kid, and she's an aspiring artist. So we kind of had her come over to the studio, and look at the art studio, and she would paint here. Um and one day we just decided that we would see if she wanted to sit and take some pictures. And she was just a natural at it. Just totally a natural. And so we had picked some flowers in the garden, and I collect antique clothing, and so we were playing with that and dressing her up, and just got some really great shots, and a great day, working with her. And it's just I don't know, she's just a neat little character.
Well, you captured her beautifully. We've all said it's a small piece, but even in that gallery, you were just drawn to it. The light and the way you captured her face, it was just stunning, just
Thank,
absolutely stunning. You're
thank
welcome.
you. Thank you.
Precious little hand grabbing the flowers. As you know,
Yeah.
it was my president's award. I'm sorry I wasn't the one that got a chance to snatch it up. It was really quite exceptional. I've been watching on Instagram your some of the pictures that are in your show. I hope it's going gangbusters. I can't imagine it's not. And I've noticed her as your little model. She really is a natural, isn't she? Can you tell us a little bit about your painting process?
Well, I'm my foundation, I am classically trained. So kind of start traditionally. So I will do a drawing and transfer. And then I'll do a underpainting. It's usually just in raw umber. And then after that's dried, then I'll start laying in the layers of color. That's really about it. Now I do use photo reference. All my other work is done from life. So this is actually a kind of new process that I've been trying to figure out. But I think because I've painted from life, um, my whole art career, when I started working as a professional artist, I think that really helped me a lot to translate a photo and not have it. I hope it doesn't look exactly like a photo, that it looks more painterly. So yeah.
She looked like she could come right off the canvas. There's a lifelike. You can see the blood under the skin. As you may remember, I hearkened it to a Vermeer. I think it's just exquisite lighting and believable skin tones and everything about it. But I've also been noticing your botanicals and still lifes and whatever it is you paint, we just are pretty impressed with. So thank you for talking to us a little bit about your process. We've enjoyed watching your career sort of blossom and enjoying the beautiful pieces that you've submitted to AWA and other places. But Carmen, I have to say there's a little subterfuge in this particular meeting because there was another meaning and reason that we wanted to have you here today. Each year, we have a special committee that evaluates all of our artists that are on a career track and that we feel are really making progress in that and that we think are doing extraordinary work. And this particular year, as we evaluated our signature membership levels, there were about 170 people that we were particularly looking at. And the reason we were looking at them is that we like to select 2 from this category to make a master signature member. And you are one of 2 artists this year that have been chosen to be one of our brand new master signature members.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
Sorry to blindside you, but
We're not. It's
well,
to see a natural reaction. There were many artists. We really had a wonderful committee this year, and that consisted of Sandra, our executive director, myself, an oil painter, master signature member, Angela Mia, a master sculptor, who was green. You maybe got to meet her with her little precious little girl in the garden, and Elizabeth Poley, an oil painter. And we very carefully poured over all of those eligible artists, and there were many eligible artists that had a lot of time in, but and we do look at longevity, but we felt that yours and another artist's work was so outrageously exceptional that we just couldn't say no. And we wanted to say, we saw it right at the beginning and we snapped you up and we said, we're putting her right at the top. And we are just so excited to have you as an ambassador of this wonderful elite group of accomplished artists. So
thank you. Thank you. I'm really honored. And I know, I mean, I am really flabbergasted. When I went to the show in Brook Green, I mean, the talent that was in that room, it was such an incredibly beautiful show and so many talented women. I felt really honored to be amongst all those talented women artists, and I'm even more honored that I was chosen out of all of those girls. So thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. In addition, you probably saw at the exhibition, the master signatures were wearing medals, which we just produced last year for the first time. And so you will be getting one of those. It's being engraved as we speak. So you'll have that. I'll send that to you as soon as I have it. And it will come along with a great description. It, of course, was done by one of our own master signature sculptors, Diana Reuter Twining. And it's Diana the Huntress breaking the glass ceiling, and Diana cites a poem that inspired her. So I'll make sure I get that all to you as soon as it's here. And then, of course, we will put you onto the website. So I'll send you an email about all of that. But we're just so thrilled. And you have really, like Christine said, just the second you were joining AWA and entering shows, it was obvious that you were very special with your works. So well deserved.
It was obvious, and it was unanimous. I wish you could have been a fly on the wall with the praise, where everyone in the room was just, as I said, there were other artists who had more longevity in, and we just could not ignore their extraordinary talent and what you're doing in the rest of your career. It's not lost on us. We do pour over all of that. We go over your site, we go over your accomplishments, your awards. Of course, that little girl captured my heart. You may thank your great niece for her contribution after accomplishment here, because she just represented so beautifully. Your skill and talent just comes shining through. You must love her an awful lot because it shows. Another wonderful perk is that you will, as Sandra said, you'll be on our website. But this coming year, for the first time, we'll have a special exhibition just for Master Signature members, and that will be in Tubac next year in March. So we hope that you will enter that show and grace us with your beautiful works in that. So we're very excited to have you, and a new ambassador for the group. I believe it was Elizabeth that said, I want people to go to the website and look at her work and say, oh my goodness, I want to be part of that group. Yep, that's exactly right.
Exactly.
I'm, yeah, I'm happy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
To take that all in.